Hey guys, it's Nick. Welcome back to Slammer, the home of top 5 lists where we give you interesting top 5s every day. Hit the subscribe button and the bell icon so you'll never miss out any uploads. In today's video, we're going to show you our top 5 unexplored abandoned hospitals. Let's get into it. Hospitals overall are really quite creepy. After all, you're talking about large, sterile, labyrinthine buildings where people frequently end up dying. And that just describes your standard run-of-the-mill medical facilities, never mind the extreme creepiness of mental institutions. In any case, there's a reason why so many horror movies are set in old, run-down, abandoned hospitals. Those structures may be found all throughout the world, and many of them are creepy for reasons other than just their outward appearance. Here are 5 unexplored hospitals that are just blood-curdling horrifying. Number 5. Pennhurst Asylum. Pennhurst Asylum, Pennsylvania comes in at our number 5. With a history littered with strong charges of neglect, abuse, and torture, as well as stories of mental patients being chained to the walls, children being kept in cribs for years, and even murders, it's no surprise that Pennhurst Asylum is one of the scariest locations on the planet. The structure, which stretched 120 acres and housed more than 10,000 patients at any given time, was built in 1908 as a state school for the physically and intellectually ill. The hospital was frequently accused of dehumanization and of providing little assistance to the mentally challenged. It was eventually closed down in 1986, following many complaints of maltreatment by patients. When Pennhurst closed its doors, the facilities were left in their current state, with patients' belongings strewn about the floors and medical equipment destined to rust. This gloomy structure is the source of numerous haunting asylum stories. Several respectable ghost hunting parties have visited Pennhurst Asylum and documented strange audio recordings, temperature shifts, and the unexplained movement of objects throughout the grounds. There are even accounts of people being physically shoved, and many recordings of eerie voices exclaiming, "Go away, I'll kill you," and "Why won't you leave?" Number 4. Taunton State Hospital. Taunton State Hospital, located in Taunton, Massachusetts, was established in 1854 as a psychiatric hospital, and it has a very harrowing past. Jane Toppin, a serial killer who admitted to murdering at least 31 people while working as a nurse, was one of the hospital's most well-known patients. And yet, according to some accounts, the individuals who administered Taunton State Hospital were even more terrifying than many of the criminally ill patients it housed. Rumors assert that some of the doctors and nurses would take unwilling patients into the basement and use them to perform satanic rituals. In later years, both patients and doctors reported experiencing a profound sense of unease when merely approaching the basement door. There are numerous reports of a shadow man crawling on the walls and observing the patients. I suppose at the very least, if you were to wound up here, you wouldn't be lonely, would you? Number 3. Eredale Lunatic Asylum. It is now known as Eredale, but when it first opened in 1867, it was Eredale Lunatic Asylum, Australia's largest, with some strange and horrible treatment methods known to be taking place. Eredale had tens of thousands of patients during its time as a functioning mental care facility. It was also said to be home to some of the world's most dangerous and violent psychotics. It was open for 130 years, during which time a whopping 13,000 patients died there, which is perhaps why it's known as one of Australia's most haunted sites. The facility closed in 1998, but it was suddenly reopened 3 years later as a campus for Australian College of Wine. Ghost sightings are still very common, and eerie tours of the facilities, including the morgue, remain available to this day. Number 2. Nocton Hall Hospital. Unlike most other hospitals, Nocton Hall originated as a majestic manor house until World War I, when it was taken over and utilized by American forces as a rest and recuperation facility for sick men. Its purpose remained the same during World War II and has been used in a similar capacity ever since, notably during the Gulf War. The formidable structure was abandoned in 1995, and several arson attacks rendered it inhospitable once more. Stories abound of a particular ghost wandering the grounds, a wailing spirit of a little girl whose presence has been recorded by several people who have stayed at the property. She's reported to frequently haunt one particular bedroom more than others, with several individuals reporting to have been roused at approximately 4:30 a.m. to find the ethereal girl screaming at the foot of the bed. According to the folklore narrative, she is the ghost of a serving girl who was raped and murdered by the son of the man who owned Nocton Hall before it was converted into a military hospital. Number 1. Old Shili Hospital. Old Shili Hospital, built in 1935, has become known as one of Singapore's most haunted locations over the years. It operated as a Royal Air Force hospital at the time of its construction, and was afterwards used as a prison camp by the Japanese. Around this period, Old Shili Hospital was repurposed into a torture cell. It should come as no surprise then that there are frequently reported sightings of ghosts thought to be Japanese victims. The now abandoned structure, which ceased operations in 1997, has been the setting for several supernatural-themed events, with camera teams attempting to capture evidence of an otherworldly presence in the dilapidated, eerie chambers and hallways. Visitors of Old Shili frequently leave with terrifying reports of strange noises and encounters, as well as feelings of nausea or tales of a spirit stalking them even after they've departed. And with that, we end today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to give this video a huge thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave us a comment to let us know what you thought of the video and what top 5 we should do next. I'll see you guys next time. Till then, peace out and have a great day.